In this video, I will be teaching you what you need to know about the wall settings in Archicad. It works in all versions of Archicad: Archicad 16, 12, down to the latest version, Archicad 25. The same setting works for all of them. One thing is very important, which is when you're about to use the Archicad software, basically for an architectural project, you want to design a building, design a structure, whatsoever, you are expected to actually have a sketch of your design. So when you come to Archicad software, one of the first tool you use in this toolbox is the wall. This toolbox is actually divided into three sections: the design tool, the document tools, and the more tools. These are actually the three group of tools in Archicad software. The first one, which is the design tool, has first of all the wall tool in it. So this is actually what we'll be dealing with today, right now, which is the wall settings, what you need to edit and change, and why should you change them in your Archicad software. This has to do with based on what actually you are designing. These settings are not fixed, they are not stagnant, they are not stationary. They fluctuate, they change as your designs changes, as your dimensions changes, as your architectural brief or whatever your client wants or whatever he wants changes. This is the wall tool. I can either double click here and this wall default setting dialog will show, or I click here once and also click here, it will also show. Now, the first of these wall default tools is actually the geometric and positioning. This particular point has to do with the wall height. What actually you want to design, what is the appropriate height for my design. Then you insert it here. If it is 3 meters, that is 3000 millimeter. If it is 4000 millimeter, this has to do with basically your design. We all know that in all designs, the wall height of a building usually changes. The height of a residential apartment building is different from the wall height of a warehouse building. So it is not fixed, it's fluctuate. So the other point here is the construction method. When the construction process will be carried out, when they're about to locate the walls, what method do you want to do? This actually works with grid. If you are conversant with constructions, you will actually flow very well with this. But in our next video, we'll be actually showing you more about this construction method, especially in our video where we'll be teaching you with grid, how to insert grid on your walls. So you can pick the particular construction method that is deemed fit for you in construction. Why me, I usually go with center. This is left, center, and right. So I usually go with center. Then down here is telling us the current story of your wall, the particular point you want your wall to go. So I'm actually going to click 0. I'm actually going to leave it at 0 because I actually want my wall to start from the least height. So it has that 0 floor. Why over here is actually your wall thickness. The wall thickness has to do with there's a width of your wall. We have various and numerous sizes of walls, be it masonry wall, concrete wall, or whatsoever. So basically, I'm going to use a 9 inches wall for this. Or if you want to use a 9 inches wall, which is 225 millimeter, you have to use a 150 millimeter wall, which is about 6 inches, or whatsoever design or whatsoever size of wall you want to use. You can also edit it here, either 225 or whatsoever. This particular point has to do with the geometric method. Either your wall based on your design, if it is either straight or trapezoidal in shape, or whatsoever shape it actually takes, or pyramid in shape. Why this particular wall place has to do with the wall complexity. This particular place and this particular one works together. This particular one is actually asking, telling you that either you want the wall to be straight, which is the first one, slanted, which is the second one, double slanted, which is the third one, and the last one. Either you want it to be complex, which is this one. So all this actually reflects in your settings. So for a normal or most conversant designs which you see around you, wherever you're located around the world, the walls are actually straight. The geometric method is actually straight, and also the wall complexity also is also straight. So this is actually the first settings to be carried out in the wall default setting. So while you come over here, which is the floor plan and section, this actually this particular part or area has to do with the 2D features, or the floor plan features, how the wall will be represented in the in 2D in 2D features, which is in length and breadth, how the wall will be in the floor plan and in the section. So, but this particular geometric position has to do with 2Ds, 3Ds rather, 3Ds, showing you both the height, width, and length of the walls and how it operates as well. But this particular part has to do with the 2D features, that is your floor plan, how the wall will be represented in your floor plan. So over here, it's just so simple. Most of the times, many people actually leave this particular point the way it is, which is mastering block. But occasionally, all Archicad versions usually have its format on mastering block. So it's now based on you to actually click this and change it to whatever you deem fit you want to represent your wall as. But most people, especially architects and those into the building architectural building plans, this is the format we represent our walls in mastering blocks. So but to actually make effect on the thickness of your wall, your wall, you can actually come down here to this particular area to make that thickness. This particular one is telling you your cut fill pin. This has to do with those hatches you are doing in the wall. What particular ink size you want to use. Once you click it, you actually click the particular thickness of the ink. So you can see here is 0.13 millimeter, here is 0.35 millimeter, here is 0.25 millimeter. As well, you can also add, or you can also edit different pen or ink sizes of your choice. If you actually want to know how to actually edit or create your own ink sizes apart from the one Archicad is giving you already, if you actually want to know how to create your own ink sizes, you can actually comment on the comment section and actually tell me to actually create those videos on how to actually create my own ink sizes apart from the one Archicad is giving. So right here, this is actually the cut fill pen, which is the hashings on the walls. So actually, we don't actually make this to be so bold, so we'll go with 0.13 millimeter. So this particular one has to do with the background. This cut line pen has to do with the background of the ink. So 0.35 millimeter is okay for it. So that is it on why we leave other settings the way it is. That is it on floor plan and section. Why on modeling? The next, what is actually needed here is basically on the painting of your wall, how you want your wall to be painted, both the exterior view and the interior view of your wall. Yeah, both the exterior view and the interior view, and also the edge view as well. So this particular place is sending us the reference side material, which is like in the reference side material. This one is the edge material, and this one is the opposite side material. So this is actually a point where you actually make effect on various views as you deem fit. But already, Archicad is already giving you a material already, which is brick white. This has to do with the normal bricks, the white bricks. So the this is actually the default setting Archicad gives you. You can actually click over here and change to any material or paint you feel like as well in any of them. So while this is log details, you can actually come here to actually make effect on your walls. So if you want to actually add some lines or logs actually to your design, you can actually do that. Okay, right now let's do some practicals with the walls. So I'm going to create a wall. I'm going to create a square with my wall. I'm going to use my control key to trim it. Control key to trim. I'm holding my control key while I'm using my mouse to actually trim it. Okay, I've created a square with my wall, so I can actually open the 3D. It's show all in 3D. I actually right clicked and click show all in 3D to actually see the 3D of my building. So this is actually the square I created, the wall square I created. So it's actually the wall I created, a square wall. So it's actually very good and great. So right now let me show you what this particular setting does to your wall, which is the log details. So first of all, I will have to highlight my walls. So I'm going to highlight these walls, go over to my wall settings and click on wall details. So I'm going to click I'm going to write my particular log height I want. So let me say I pick 300 millimeter. So at every 300 millimeter height, I'll have a log shape. We have a log shape. So this actually works. So you remember when it was at 0, the whole log shape was actually dormant. But when I actually add a value above 0, it actually came to life. All the log shape actually came to life. So this is actually the log shape. So let me click this particular first one. This one particular first one is square logs. The particular one is chamber or reference log. The particular one is chamber or other than reference size of the log. While the particular one is chamber or both sides of the log. So I'm going to go with square log. Then click on align texture to the wall edges. Then OK. So and OK again with the other edge. So let's see what this particular setting does to the wall. So you can see it has actually created a log on the wall, which can also be very good to create aesthetics to your designs and other things. So I hope you actually learned something. Let me just show you a particular image I actually made from square log. So this is actually a picture, actually a building actually designed. This is actually a building actually designed, and you can see square logs in this building, creating aesthetics and beauty to the design. So I hope you actually learned something. If you have a question, write it down in the comment section. If you want to learn something different, something new that is not actually in the YouTube channel, also comment it down on the comment section. and I'll get it right for you.